Hello there, welcome to the Age of Health. Today our topic is proposal development. It is the first video regarding the proposal development. Next you can watch other videos on the remaining parts of the proposal development. Today we will discuss how to select the research title and how to introduce the research proposal. While introducing the research proposal, we can say that a study proposal outlines your investigation, objectives, justification for significance, and methodology. Although the structure of research proposal varies depending on the area, most of them have at least these components. Number one, title page. Number two, introduction. Number three, literature review. Number four, methodology. And number five, references. The general goal is always the same, even if the portions could differ. A research proposal helps you to become organized and feel confident in directions you want to go in by acting as a blueprint and guide for your research strategy. First, you have to decide that which is your area of interest. For example, school effectiveness, instructional leadership, classroom management, students psychology, philosophy of education, etc. But for example, I am interested in school effectiveness, so I will search the related literature to find out the gap for the school effectiveness, because it is very important to find the gap in the research to conduct a new research, because without any research gap we can't go ahead to conduct a research. There will be no mean for research. To find the gap, a suggestion about your area of interest. For example, first of all, you should go through the literature and to find the gap for your research. For example, I have sought out citation. For example, Pakistan has not produced a single research which can make a school effective early 2017. So it's a gap. For example, if we conduct research in Pakistani context, so this is enough reference to conduct a research on the school effectiveness. But the school effectiveness might have different factors, including inside school factors and outside school factors, which have to be studied. For example, I can't study all of them, but I will prefer some of them or at least one of them to study the school effectiveness and to find the relationship of that factor to the school effectiveness. Now try to find out the different factors that affect the school effectiveness. For example, there is a citation I have never seen a good principal with a poor school or a poor principal with a good school. For example, Hechinger 2022. So it means principals can affect the school effectiveness or have some relationship with the school effectiveness. From the above two statements, that is statement 1 and statement 2, we can make a relationship or framework which is called conceptual framework or a model given as under. For example, instructional leadership might have effect on the school effectiveness. The arrow shows the relationship or the effect on the school effectiveness from the instructional leadership side. Going further, we should study the relationship models and the related literature before to conduct research or to develop a research proposal. In the related literature, the most common models are given as direct effect model and indirect effect model, which is called also Model A and Model B of Hellinger 2013. We know that the school principals are not directly involved in the classrooms, so there might be a different factor such as school culture or school environment, teacher efficacy, etc., which might mediate the relationship between the instructional leadership and the school effectiveness. We know that it is difficult to study all the related factors which might mediate the relationship between the stated two variables, that is instructional leadership and school effectiveness. At least one we can select. So I have selected the school culture. So the conceptual framework will be changed to this triangle shape, as you can see in the slide, that is instructional leadership, school culture and school effectiveness having Doric and endoric relationship shown by arrows. After getting this triangular model, we will think about our population, that who will be our population, for example teachers, principals, students or parents. In this regard, I will study the teachers of the secondary schools. So the teachers of the secondary school will be my population. There might be some demographic variables related to the school teachers which were considered as the population for this study, and those teachers might have some demographic variables or demographic values, for example their qualification, their age, their experience in current schools, and the total service, etc., which might affect the relationship between the instruction leadership and school effectiveness. So we can put the demographic variables effect on the relationship between the instruction leadership and school effectiveness, as you can see in the model given. From the above model, in this slide, you can develop the research title, for example, given as under Teachers' Perception of the Relationship Between Principals, Instructional Leadership, School Culture, and School Effectiveness in Secondary School in some physical area, which depends on the researcher physical area of study. Before going to the next slide, the whole process will be summarized because the students consider the selection of the research title very difficult. So first of all, you should select your area of interest and you should select at least one variable from that area. You should study the related literature and find the gap about that variable. For example, school effectiveness, as we have chosen. As a next step, you should check in the literature review whether which factors are affecting the school effectiveness. For example, some external factors such as family background of the students or the teachers, their political affiliations or distance to school, etc. And some internal factors, for example, school environment, school culture, or other factors. So I have selected the school culture as an internal factor, as a mediator for the relationship between the instruction leadership and school effectiveness in this model, which makes a triangular end-Doric model. End-Doric model, as you have seen in the previous slides. Similarly, the population is the school teachers who have some demographic variables as well. For example, their experience, their qualification, etc., which might affect the relationship between the instruction leadership and school effectiveness in secondary schools. So the whole conceptual framework was developed as the relationship, teachers' perception of the relationship between the instruction leadership and school effectiveness through school culture. So in this way, we can select our title based on the research gaps from the literature review. Sometimes the students select their title without considering the research gap and the literature review, and next in the different examinations. For example, advanced board for research studies, they consider failed or they are deferred for their titles because they can't find the research gap in the literature review. Now we'll be going for the last slide. Watch part 2 of the proposal development. In next video we will discuss all the parts of the research proposal as we have already discussed in this video. One by one each part of the research proposal will be explained and discussed, and you can take notes.